I'm sorry. In the land of gods and monsters, I was an angel. Living in the garden of evil, screwed up, scared, doing anything that I needed. Shining like a fiery beacon, you've got that medicine I need. Fame, liquor, love, give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. Me and God, we don't get along, so now I sing. No one's gonna take my soul away. I'm living like Jim Morrison, headed towards a fucked up holiday. Motel sprees, and I'm singing. Oh yeah, give it to me, this is heaven, what I truly want. It's innocence lost. Innocence lost.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Tuesday, Voodoo's Day shenaniganry, where we finally launch into Season 6, Episode 1 of the Echoes of Zeppelin campaign. And in this season premiere of Season 6, Echoes of Zeppelin, the party will finally make their way across the land of Hither, where they will maybe or maybe not do things and stuff. Maybe they'll have conversations, maybe they won't, maybe they'll fight, maybe they won't, maybe they'll die, maybe they won't. But before we get into that episode, I'm going to bring each one of these characters in to the show one at a time. And we're going to hear a little bit from each character in character about their thought process in the campaign right now. We're going to do 2.5 minutes in the hot seat with each character of the band, and it's going to be their perspective on their band. That's what I want to hear from you, your perspective on your band. We're going to start with your manager, Delia.
Oh, where to begin? Well, we're apparently trapped in the Feywild on this, let's be real, it's a fool's errand. We're on a fool's errand to save some queen. No, wait. It's Cece's patron. We must pretend to be nice and care about that one. God. Let's see. Mostly it's trying to make sure that these lovely, very lovely and dear to me clients of mine make it through this little adventure without dying or winding up in deals they shouldn't be making with the furry.
You know what? That's very valid, Delia. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and feelings with us. Next, we're going to speak to Flip. Flip.
Yes?
Tell us about your band member thoughts in 2.5 minutes. Let's go.
Let's see. They seem to take things very seriously, which can't be good for their health. I mean, so far nothing that bad has really happened. And they keep acting like this is some sort of catastrophe. It's not like we've, accidentally transported ourselves into the heart of a volcano or been eaten by a Tarrasque yet. I don't understand why they're so stressed.
Oh, stress is a killer, isn't it, Flip? Thank you for speaking with us. Next, we're going to speak with the main man, the main woman, one of them. Actually, it's going to be neither. We're going to speak to Cece.
Hi. I made a mistake, apparently. Oh, I just, in regards to my patron, I thought I was going to do a thing, and then I did the thing, and now I have a packed boon that is wrapped around my hand and my ring finger. So, didn't imagine possibly that happening at all, but it's cool. Everybody else is cool. I feel like we get along enough. Like, I mean, we can perform together, but man, I mean, I think that they probably think I'm dramatic and that I'm just Googling over Henry all the time, which I'm not. I'm not. There are times when I don't. And that's when I'm sleeping. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for speaking with us, Cece, and giving us your insight to the band and your marriage in the Feywild. And now we're going to talk to Henry. Henry, come in and tell us how you're feeling of the band.
Oh, I mean, things are going pretty great. I mean, so we were at the circus and we had a lot of shows. Then somebody died. Then there was a mirror person. Then I kind of got enslaved to a cat. Now we're in the Feywild. We killed some bunnies. We met some trees and a nice button lady. And things are pretty good. I don't know. I think the band is getting along really well. I think we're doing really good. Like, yeah. You can really feel the team building.
That's right. You really can feel the team building. Thank you, Henry, for your little piece. Lever, let's talk to you about how the band is. How are you feeling about your band, Lever?
Oh, I'm feeling so good about this band. This is the longest I've ever been in one band in one time with no deaths. I mean, a good band gets in a little bit of trouble, but not too much trouble. This band gets in the right kind of trouble. And I figure as long as we can make Miss Delia happy, then I'm happy. Because when Miss Delia is happy, everybody's happy.
That's a hell of a word of advice for the rest of the band. When Miss Delia is happy, everybody's happy. Thanks for your piece, Lever. And last but certainly not least, we're going to speak to Madalena Medusa. Let's hear it, Mads. What are you thinking about the band?
Well, personally, I find overall that they are bearable. Some more than others, and some have shown rather enduring qualities that I may even account to friendship. Though I believe that Cecilia did say it best, she is a dramatic little damsel, and it proves to be a little bit irritating at times. But we haven't died yet, astonishingly. And I believe, if anything, that bodes well. Frankly, I'm just glad I have my whiskey.
Not dying is definitely the best way to go. And that being said, let's bring in the band and let them go as they are in the Feywild, doing Feywild shenanigans. And
Now, Flip, they
Yes?
don't call it. They don't call it the Feymild.
No, they don't.
They don't call it Feymild.
But they also don't call it the Fey Spicy.
They don't, because it's the Feywild.
Well, right? How is that? What's your point?
My point is that being boring ain't no fun at all.
No.
Let's get wild.
Okay.
I don't think you could call any of us boring.
Have you seen my teeth?
There's so many.
Let's see those teeth. Let's see those
Definitely.
teeth.
I smile big. I'm like, I'm definitely not Fey tame.
Oh, look at those.
No.
Those wild things.
Why so many teeth? Why?
He's got so many canines. Why
They're
all
very
so-
useful for biting food and also self-defense.
Yes.
Well, you can't argue that. You can't argue with that.
Really
I mean, and I pull up my leg and I show you guys. I'm like, I grew up a place where people bite you. Like, see, I got bit. I had to be able to bite back. And there's like a scar on my calf where it's pretty clear that like something took a big bite of my my calf at some point. Not a shark, but very similar.
Huh.
Sharks are friends.
Sharks are friendly compared to the things I grew up with. Where are we going from here?
You know, they got eyes like a doll's eyes.
I didn't know that. I've never met a shark's eyes. What are doll's eyes? Do dolls look
Empty?
at you?
Don't look at Delia's doll.
They're just empty.
I try not to.
Bad.
They look right through you.
Oh,
They already
Sure.
imagine how you taste in their belly.
No, Delia's doll looks right at you. It follows you. It's awful.
I generally just don't look at Delia's doll. See, Henry, this is the thing. If
It's all
something
in
makes
your
you
head.
uncomfortable and you can't do anything about it, you just pretend it's not there until it goes away.
See, what I do is I roll initiative.
You are all very over dramatic about the doll. The doll is not going to hurt you,
I
and it
really-
does not watch you.
I don't.
The
think
doll's head spins and turns towards Henry with its blank, expressing black eyes, and then it kind of spins its head towards Flip. And in the process, it does like a full 360. And then by the time it's back around to the front, it almost appears as if the doll is smirking.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
I
Oh my
don't
god.
think that fighting the doll would be a good idea, Lever.
Oh, I think it would. I don't know, man. Oh god.
Cece?
Uh-huh.
You okay? You keep staring at your hand.
Yeah, the thing.
What thing?
Sorry, you can't see it, can you?
I can see your hand.
But can you see what's on it?
Mm, you have like lines and fingernails. Your fingernail polish looks very smooth.
Thank you. No, I have a tattoo on my hand now.
Oh. That's exciting. You like tattoos, right?
Not these kind. I mean, yes, they're good. It's supposed to be good. I got it from a Fey ghost.
Oh. Did you consent to getting it from a Fey ghost?
I mean, I handed it my hand. So,
Whoops.
yeah.
That was silly.
Yeah, I guess I did. But I thought it had to do with Zai because Zai's the one who's supposed to be the dormant queen that we're supposed to wake up. And they were like, oh, Zai. And I was like, oh, cool. And so I handed him my hand without thinking about it. And now I have this.
That'll probably be fine. Did you tell them your name?
No.
Good, because around here you should not tell anyone your name.
Yeah, I knew that much. I didn't say anything, which is why I've been going by Lizzie.
Good.
So, rather do that here than anywhere else. But yeah, no, this is supposed to help, but I am confused about the placement of certain things. So, I'm just not used to it. I guess I'll just have to get used to it. Yeah.
Well, no, you don't need to get used to it until you know what it means, but just be prepared for eventualities. It might be fine.
Probably. If it has to do with Zai, I think that it'll be fine. I just need her to wake up, which is, I think, the entirety of our mission, because she's the dormant queen that we have to wake up. So now we have to find an alicorn. Don't know where we're gonna find that.
Do we know what an alicorn even is?
Kind of like a unicorn.
Yeah.
Except
Crossed with an Allosaurus.
Yeah.
What about a? No, yeah, I guess that counts.
So we're going into the swamp now, right? We're back into it.
Swampy.
We wanted to go find the brigands to ask him about his scarf.
Yes, that was where we were heading.
Yes, you were heading from Tellamy Hill, where you were with Jingle Jangle. And your plan was to go find the Prince of Brigands, and I believe that you were told that they were in Brigands Tollway, which is in the north side of Hither. As you can see on the map, it is the large maze-looking section of Hither.
That's right. We were gonna get the Zuni boots.
Yep.
Yes. That means we gotta go to the swamp.
Northward bound.
Delia, you might want to wear different shoes.
I don't have different shoes. All my shoes are like this.
Are you one of those people that I used to get warned about where, like, if you hold your body that way long enough, it gets stuck like that?
I choose not to answer that. And she starts walking.
Fair enough. And he starts flying.
To the swamp.
So you begin heading north towards where you had been instructed that Brigand's Tollway sort of was. And if you hadn't really taken notice of your surroundings, you sort of realize that the entire land of Hither is swampy. So it's not like you're really going to the swamp because you're at the swamp, you're in the swamp. It's kind of the thing, the place, the stuff, So you head, right? You get to moving. And you're passing, swampy bushes and, yucky, marshy puddles of this green sort of, foggy water. Everything is mostly open. There's not a ton of trees, anything like that. So you can see pretty far out as far as the mist sort of lets you. I would say you probably got about a good 60-foot range of vision in front of you. And it seems to be fairly open. And you're able to kind of follow, the pathways that lead by the streams and rivers and such that run through the land. And as you do, you come across some different kinds of flying creatures, like little butterflies, but they seem to be brightly colored. Dragonflies as well, also fairly brightly colored. They really set themselves out against this sort of dismal green, misty landscape, but they're very beautiful and they light up the fog and things in front of you as you walk, and they're very harmless, just little creatures flying around. And you get, after traveling, it doesn't take you all day, anything like that, just a few hours, and through your travels through, you seem to not have any issues with any brigands or anything of the sort, since you quickly mostly dispatched them as far as you know. And you start to enter and approach this sort of area that starts to look a little different. And a foggy marsh stretches out before you. Rickety causeways made of wooden planks from a wide web-like structure above the bog. 300 feet away, many of these causeway coverages on an enormous ivy-covered tree stump, if I can English, that rises a good 10 feet above the 20-foot fog bank that enshrouds it.
Well, that doesn't look ominous at all.
I want to climb it.
Of course you do. You would.
I'll climb if you do.
Right? Look at it.
So the closer you kind of get to this space, you start to see these wooden causeways, and they appear to be in poor shape. The plank's cracky and sort of falling apart. Nothing looks like it's been maintained. It's very much looking run down and dilapidated. They're still connected to the sort of stump in the middle there, but most of the planks that form the causeways are sort of falling apart and things like that.
Whoever is responsible for swamp planning around here is really not doing their job.
Yeah, are we sure anybody lives here? It doesn't look very well maintained.
I mean, the fireflies live here, or the butterflies. Those flying.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And at least at present, I live here.
I mean, it doesn't sound haunted. Doesn't
Doesn't
look
seem haunted at all.
No. It doesn't feel haunted at all, actually. It just feels like it's not well taken care of. Henry, did you end up climbing up onto one of the causeways that were up above the sort of boggy, marshy swampiness?
I mean, I could.
Well, of course you can.
Absolutely,
Body
I
autonomy.
Darn right, I can.
But did you? Did you?
Yes.
Not did you?
Sure. Yes.
You did. You know, that's really cool. I'm really glad you did that, Henry. Did you do it by yourself, splitting the party, or did any of your friends go with you?
I do believe Flip said Flip was going to come.
I came too.
Oh,
Buddy
so
system.
Flip and Henry, they take advantage of their buddy system and they get up on the first causeway they come across. And like I said, it's very rickety and, things are falling apart. The wood feels rotted from the water around it. They didn't treat it properly when they were building these causeways. Just looked like it was quickly put together. And as you begin to walk down this causeway, Henry, towards the big stump that you really, really wanted to climb, an odd feeling suddenly comes over you as you become aware that somewhere along the way, a hunched, hooded figure has joined you and Flip walking along this causeway.
You see that too, right?
I don't know. Do I see it too?
Oh God, do you not see it?
You do.
I do. Apparently, I do. The voice from above tells me I do.
Okay, cool.
Should we say hi?
I mean, we can.
Okay. And I turn around and I go, hello. What brings you here to this not well-kept system of transit?
Are you the master of the stump?
You hear a sort of bagpipes start to play when you ask, and you hear the song start to be sung. With sticks and stones, we'll break your nose. We'll beat you blind and steal your clothes. But none of us can compare to one Willie Swift and stand-up hair.
Oh, no, not
Scarf
again.
that's glorious.
Oh, yeah, you
Thief.
guys again. Okay.
Notorious. His deeds are truly metrorious.
Yep.
Okay, we've done this before. It didn't go well for you guys.
We don't have to do the whole song again. It was really nice, and the bagpipes are a nice touch this time.
Also,
Right. I want to hear
speaking
this song
from
again.
experience, I understand that you guys are looking for our joy. He doesn't have any, and I'm really joy neutral. So, you could take it, and I wouldn't care.
I
With
have
a
never
wink
known
and a
joy in
grin.
my life.
With a wink and a grin, he'll show his cunning. A flash of his scarf, he'll take off running. Quick as a bolt, his long scarf trailing, gasping, grasping, you'll end up flailing. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer, thanks to Agden Longscarf, Brigand Prince of Prismere.
I really would like to see. Oh, now he's a Prince of Prismere? I thought he was the Brigand Prince. I really would like to see that scarf, though.
I think it's the same thing.
Oh, okay. Like we're in a land of brigands?
Wait, are you the prince, or can we meet the prince? We really want to meet the prince.
Why does it matter to you?
Well, that's why we're coming here. We would like to meet the prince.
Ah, I see. Well,
As
wrong
we said-
answer.
Was there a right answer?
We can totally give you the right answer too.
Take them alive, boys.
What?
Oh.
No.
Like you
Henry
said-
and Flip, go ahead and make me an athletics grappling check as 8 of these Harengon brigands come out and 4 and 4 go and try to grab each of you.
Is
Oh
this
God, entrapment!
athletics or
Yes, it's an
acrobatics to try to get
Can
out
it
of
be
it?
acrobatics?
Athletics, it's a strength check.
Okay.
Oh, great.
12.
Cool, that's a 17.
All right. Well, it looks like, Henry, you almost thought you were going to break free because you are a strong himbo boy.
That's
but
right.
this overwhelming sense of Harengon brigands just is a little bit stronger together as they use their very large, very happy feet to pin your arms down before they tie you up and flip. You are much smaller and much easier of a capture for them as they ties you up as well.
As soon as they tie me up, I would like to quickly send a message to the friends that are down below going, rabbit trouble, come up, we've got rabbit trouble.
Guys,
What, Delia?
Got it.
they got captured by the rabbits. We gotta
Never
get rid of them.
split the party.
Cece immediately starts to run. Where?
I'm taking off.
We saw where they went,
Okay,
correct?
and you're gone. Okay.
We're up.
I got an 18 athletics to
Let's
climb up.
rumble.
I got a
Oh god.
18 athletics as well.
Athletics. Oh no.
I got a 14 acrobatics because I'm flipping right up there to get flip.
Okay. If we're doing athletics, it's an 11.
So you manage to climb up, the rest of you manage to climb up and get onto the causeways. And you see it's very misty and foggy sort of around where you're at. You can see the shadow of the big stump in the middle. These causeways are raised up off the bog floor, so it is a little foggier up here. And once you get up there, you can hear the sort of same song and bagpipes playing, but it seems to be sort of echoing around the mist. And you don't see anybody up top when you get up there.
Henry? Henry!
I'm just gonna keep pointing in general directions until I get a hit. Henry or Flip, respond. Henry or Flip, respond. And I'm just gonna keep pointing till I get a response.
If they were taken, the likeliness that they are towards the Prince of Prismia makes
I'm
sense.
tracking.
Especially if it was by the rabbits.
Natural 20 on the old tracking.
As I am grappled, I would like to look at the bagpipe player and say, that's a really cool instrument. Do you think you could teach me to play?
The bagpipe player, Flip, he kind of does what sounds like a chuckle under his breath, but he doesn't really quite respond to you as he's continuing to play his bagpipes, and maybe consorting with the enemy isn't necessarily good around this place. And I see Lever, you go into tracking mode immediately, and you get on these causeways and you're starting to move around and you're trying to figure out if you can see where they went. And you find just a scrap of evidence that leads you to believe that maybe they headed towards the larger stump in the center of the causeways there.
Delia, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do?
Leopard, you got anything? Because I'm getting nothing.
I do. Got a
Okay.
natural 20 on that track. I see exactly where they went.
Which way?
This way. Come on.
All right.
Let's beat feet. Or fly. Wait, no. Beat feet.
Just quiet here. They probably already know we're coming, but, might be nice if we do our best to avoid getting caught before then.
If you're attempting to go quietly, I would like stealth from those of you traveling quietly. If you don't care about being quiet and plan on singing along the whole way, that is also okay.
You notice what I'm not doing right now.
Not singing Mr. Brownstone.
That's right.
So Cece is visibly panicked. And she is breathing loudly, and she's very, very distraught. And it's difficult for her to shut that off, to be quiet. So she just can't.
Delia will hang back and just kind of try to, like, hand on Cece's shoulder, like, trying to get her to calm, breathe with me. It's fine.
We got this. We got it.
It's not fine.
gonna
It's
be
not
all right.
fine.
It's going to be fine, so you need to calm.
I can't calm down.
Gonna have to try.
Gonna kill
So
this fucking
you
rabbit.
follow Lever and their tracking skills, and most of you go quietly except for the overdramatic, always panicked Cece, who is unable to contain herself as her lover has been kidnapped. It's
Wait.
terrible.
Bonus action. Shishi, it's going to be all right. You're going to do this. We're going to do this thing, and it's going to be fine. We're going to track them down. They're not going to see us coming. We're going to get them both back. It's going to be fine. Bardic inspiration.
Thanks so much.
Mads is just gone. She's the knight.
Yeah, that
Mads
checks
is
out.
certainly out the way. Cece, was Lever's words able to calm you down where you were able to hide?
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're good.
I'm the knight.
You are quiet now. So you guys listen to Lever for once in your lives, and you follow him. And he leads you together with a not split party to the center of the causeway, where you see this very large stump. It's about 30 foot high and 80 foot wide. It is very large. Wooden skiffs are moored along the cattails and grasses that poke up from the water surrounding this ancient stump. A rope ladder hangs off the edges of the trunk to enable approaching creatures to climb the surface of the stump without having to work really too hard. As you approach the stump, you sort of start to hear the bagpipes and things are much louder, and you suddenly see an arrow whiz past you. Roll initiative.
It's go time.
Yep, okay. That's why we use our dice. Normally.
18 and a left, we got them. 18 and a left to go.
So there are a total of 8 brigands. When you were captured, Flip and Henry, you did not see your friend Peter amongst those brigands.
That's nice.
You did not. So I see Agdon 21, Henry and Flip. You guys, I will put you there, but you will not be in combat right away. Okay, and then I see Lever next.
That me?
The 18. Yep, Lever with an 18. I've got Mads at 15, Cece at 10, Delia at 7.
Hey, y'all should relax. We'll pick this conversation up tomorrow. Why don't you just take a nap and I cast sleep?
You cast sleep. Okay.
That's right.
What is the health pool?
Their health pool is, okay, here we go. The health pool is it's a full Oh. Let me read this again. What is the health pool? Gosh,
A
I'm looking at it.
5d8. 5d8.
Yeah, 5d8. $23 points.
23 points. 23 points. That is enough to put 2 of them to sleep.
We'll talk about it in the morning. It'll be fine.
Okay. So Lever has cast sleep on 2 of the 9 creatures on the battlefield. 4 and 4 in sets of brigands, and then the brigand leader. Okay. That being said, we are at the top of initiative order with Agdon, the brigand prince of Prismere.
So you didn't ask me to roll stealth, but I got a nat 20.
Mm-hmm. So you are hidden.
Could I have snuck up behind the party?
You could have, yes.
And who's at the back of the party?
I believe it was Cece and Delia bringing up the back.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to come up behind Cece and say, "You're quite clumsy. You should have been quieter than that." And I'm going to jab with the branding iron. Oh,
Okay.
hold on. $18.
That'll hit.
10 fire damage, and CC has been branded.
I've already been branded before. God, I didn't need this again. Ah!
All right.
Oh, wait, I get a second.
Agdon. Yeah, I was just going to ask, is that EOT for you, or are you going to go ahead and take your second attack?
If Delia's standing right there, I'll try to turn and hit her too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. Let's go.
15.
I'm gonna use a reaction. Silvery barbs. Roll again at with disadvantage. And
13.
that will miss. And Cece, you seeing this miss, you feel inspired. You have advantage on your next attack.
Awesome. Can I realize now that I could have reacted. I can't react now, can I?
No.
Okay, noted for next time.
Yeah. Usually your reaction's a right away thing.
Truth. Okay.
But now that you know that you can do your reactions, you certainly can do that next time around.
When I'm alive again. I'm not dead yet.
Okay. If that is EOT for you, Agdon. Henry and Flip, you two are next in initiative order. The two of you are currently under the grapple effect. You are able, on your turn, to roll to try to get out of that grapple. It is an 18 grappling check DC, which is your strength athletics. So, Henry, it is your turn. You may go ahead and try to roll to get out of that.
Let's second go. So I probably hear Cece scream, and I probably hear Delia cast the silvery barbs. Well, that was
Yeah,
fast.
you can hear things, you just can't see.
Neat. Cool. That was a. I rolled a 19 for a dirty 20 athletics check.
Okay.
Angry himbo mode.
So you're able to break free on this turn and take off your blindfold. So next round you will be up and at 'em and in initiative. Flip, it is your turn. And you may also make the same check to try to break free if you should so choose to do so.
I'm kind of torn between this because these ropes are really comfy, but my friends seem to think that I should be getting up, so I do attempt it. And although the odds are against me, I rolled an 18.
All right. So you will also be ungrappled and unblindfolded and in turn order next round. That brings us to Lever. Your turn in the initiative order. You have 2 people that you had put to sleep. There are still 6 brigands and Agdon. Agdon is the closest to you as he is down on the causeway behind Delia and Cece.
Yeah. I think, Agdon was singing a song, right? With some bagpipes.
Yes. Agdon was singing, not playing the bagpipes.
But singing, sure. I'm... Agdon, I'm going to attack you. And you're going to like it. That's a 19 to hit. With the old longsword. Woohoo! Take this. Wow.
19 meets it, beats it.
Equal.
Uh-oh. Hey-oh. Okay, well, that's 7 points of damage. Right in the old kisser. Whew.
I
Take
can use
that.
my uncanny dodge reaction here.
On a melee attack?
No, I'll take it.
Take it. You'll take it and you'll like it. And you see that, CC? Wait, no, not CC. See that flip? You see that? We can harm it. We can kill it. Flip. Take
Yeah.
a bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
All right. So Lever did some stabbing and some inspiring. If that is EOT for you, sir, it
That
will
is.
be Mads' turn.
I would like to position myself in a place that I am roughly 30 feet away from Agdon and also his men, and I'd like to cast Bane. If I could get a DC 14 Charisma saving throw from Agdon.
Okay. So let's talk about your positioning here. You're at the base of this tree trunk, right up to the base. Okay, so they're 30 feet up above you. So they're 30 feet up. Down on the causeway, it is a single file size where you cannot all be standing next to each other. And for you to go back and position yourself maybe behind him, you would have to go through your party members. So you're kind of pretty stuck in the position that you're on unless you do some shuffling there. They're 5 feet wide, they're square wide. That's single person space.
How many are
You
up
can
in the
still
air?
cast it. How many what? I'm sorry?
How many are up in the air?
8 total, 2 sleeping.
Okay. Sorry, Mads. Continue.
Can I try and roll an acrobatics to get closer to Agdon?
You can.
Okay, like I'd be like I understand that if I'm falling off of this if I need to.
Yep.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Am I able to get close to Agdon at least?
Yep. Describe to me what this looks like as you ninja flip over the top of Cece and Delia to the back.
I think that what Mads would do is she would turn around, she would look at Delia and just kind of nod. And take a step back, and with a dancer's grace, she puts her forearms on each of Dahlia's shoulders to kind of support herself. She doesn't fully ninja flip. It's more like dancing than anything.
Okay.
And she just kind of like bends forward over her head and lands in between Delia and Agdon.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Charm Person instead.
Okay.
So if I can get a wisdom saving throw from Agdon.
Oh, 9.
Wonderful. Hello, darling. I don't believe that you meant to attack my friends. Perhaps you should run.
That does sound pretty convincing. I am surrounded.
And that's going to be EOT for me.
Okay. So, Delia, that brings us to your turn. You now have Mads in between you and Agdon, and then Cece on the other side of you, and up above you in the front, up above, is the other brigands.
Okay. Did Cece get a turn? Because I believe Cece
Nope,
goes.
she's at the bottom, right?
Oh, I thought
It's,
that I thought we were
Did I
swapped.
write it backwards? I think
I don't
I wrote it. Okay, so I wrote it backwards. So it's Cece's turn, not Delia.
I was
It's
like,
okay.
I don't know.
It's
Delia-
okay. I
Delia
just
can
want
go
to make
now if she
sure.
wants.
Because I know I rolled
only-
really low.
I so
I'm
not.
only omnipotent in my brain. I'm not omnipotent in the real world. So
You are good. It's
okay. I am going to cast Eldritch Blast at all of the ones in the air. It's about 120-foot radius. And they're only 30 feet away from me, right?
mm-hmm.
Cool. So
Well, a little over 30. They're a little over 30 because they're up, and then you're sort of towards the back, but you're in range. Now,
right.
How many blasts do you get at your level? Is it 2?
You should
I
still
think it's
be at
only
one.
just-
One.
Yeah, it's just, yeah,
One.
2 beams at 5th. It's
Okay,
only
so
one
you're
right
at
now.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get 1 Eldritch Blast beam at one of the ones up at the top.
That's a 17, but I didn't add my inspiration. Hold on. Brain is not deciding to tell me what inspiration is. Do I just add a d6?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Brain does not want to.
And remember,
Comprehend.
you have advantage.
Do.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That is a. Please hold. 5. That is a 20.
You hit. You don't have to do the rest of the math. You hit.
That's enough.
It's nice. It's 20. It's 25 to hit.
Oh, well, fantastic. Nice job. Fantastic hit, Cece. Tell me what your damage is.
That's gonna be a nice 9.
A nice 9. So you just watch Cece smoke one of these snipers at the front of the thing, just knocks them right down off the thing, and they just fall into the marsh at the bottom, leaving you one less enemy on the battlefield now.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay, maybe it is Delia's turn now. All right, maybe I'll just jump the gun a little. It's your turn, Delia. What you got there, bud?
I'm just looking around and I see everyone's kind of okay, and I'm just very impressive. I am actually impressed with all of you today. Good job. Let's see. Lever, you can have a bardic inspiration, and as Delia's just kind of feeling proud of you all.
Ooh,
Her little
yeah.
doll's gonna turn and look at one of the ones flying and, hi, creepy whispers in your head. Can I have a wisdom save? You want to beat a 14.
And that's Agdon, right?
No. One of the ones flying.
Oh, okay. Because that's me. Not flying, but up above.
Yeah, up above.
You said a 14 on wisdom?
Yeah, you want to be a 14.
We're just failing it by the skin of our teeth, so give us some damage here, Butters.
You got 8 points of psychic damage, and you have to move as far away from me as possible.
Yeah, that Brigand, when you whisper your obscenities into his mind in only a way that Delia could do, you see him sort of drop his bow, and you hear him very loudly say, "Fuck this, I'm out," and he runs away.
Yeah. End of turn.
All right. Now, the remaining 6, for 2 of which are asleep, that leaves 4 left. They all have something to say about the shenaniganry that is happening down below as they pull their bows and attempt to help their boss. Okay. I have 1 for each of you. That's down at the bottom. So Lever, Mads, Delia, and Cece. I think the highest armor class is Henry. What's the highest of all of you guys?
14.
Okay.
Wait, I thought someone said 19.
That's the leader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who has 19?
No, none of
Sheesh!
us. We're not that good. Not yet.
Okay. So I have, going down the list, I have 1 going at Lever for a nat 20 critical hit for 10 bludgeoning damage as you get pelted in the forehead from a sling. The next I have a 17 for Mads, 5 bludgeoning damage as you also get pelted in the noggin from a sling up above. For Cece, I have a 13. Does that hit you?
That beats it, yeah.
Okay, so you will also take 5 bludgeoning damage as you get pelted in the dome with a rock from a sling from above. And Delia, a 19, which I believe hits you, giving you 5 bludgeoning damage from the sling. That brings it to Agdon.
So under Charm Person, I'm not allowed to attack, but can I try to resist?
Is there another save on that on their turn, Mads, for Charm or no?
Nothing that I see. I'm standing directly in front of him, and the charmed creature regards you as a friendly presence.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like you're still under the effects of Mads' sorcery here.
So I can't hurt Mads,
Correct.
but Lever is standing behind me.
Did Lever move behind you? I think you're at the back. You've got Cece, Mads directly in front of you, Delia behind her, Mads. And then you have Lever at the front. Lever's at the front, and then Flip and Henry are up top. So closest to you is Mads.
Did you throw the dagger at me? Because I actually got stabbed.
I think that's my fault for a terrible conveying of the style of the battlefield.
I know. I stabbed with that longsword, ran you through. Don't you forget it.
But you've got Mads directly in front of you. So I think at this point, that means that you're just pretty much friendly with them right now until that spell wears off. What is that, like 1 minute?
1 hour.
An hour.
1 hour. Oh, 1,000 rounds. All right. So, Agdon, you're hanging out. You're charmed.
Well, I wasn't imagining it to go this way, but don't you suppose you could just let me go? You know,
I would be more than happy to have a friendly conversation.
I could share.
Call off your men and we'll talk.
I mean, this isn't like a convincing spell. I'm just friendly.
Call off your men and we'll talk. Perhaps we'll even give you a song if you're kind enough.
I do like songs.
We're quite talented.
Show me what you got first, and maybe you can convince me, but, make it worth my while?
Gladly.
Matter.
I'll wait to do that on my turn.
I'll wait
So,
for a song.
Agdon. Okay. So you're gonna wait for a song to be convinced. That's perfectly fine. Henry, it is your turn. You are up top. There are 2 sleeping brigands and 4 other ones sort of gathered near the edge of this sort of stump where they have an advantage on the high ground where they can look down and do attacks. None of which of them are much paying attention to you or what you are doing.
Neat. I'm gonna cast sleep on the 4 remaining wakeful ones. So you need the pool from that?
I do. And they're separated, so you'll get 3 in that. 3 or 1. 3 on the left, 1 on the right.
That's the pool is 27.
27. So are you going for the 3 or the 1?
The 3.
Okay. So they succumb to your lullaby and they all 3 fall asleep, leaving only 1 left awake. Is that EOT for you?
I would like to run and do a full front flip down onto the main causeway with the others.
Putting you right behind Lever at the bottom.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, so you're closest to the tree now and far from Agdon as he is at the back. Flip, your turn. 1 awake, 5 sleeping.
1
up
awake.
top with you.
5 sleeping, and I just heard someone asking for a song. So I am going to shake off the rest of my ropes, not bothering to remove the blindfold because it's kind of cozy, to be perfectly honest. And I'm going to fly up. La la la. La 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 la, and I'm going to fly down and land in front of Agdon. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminders of every glove that laid him down and cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. Do you really want to go down this path with us? After what happened to your other crew? Look at me. Do I look like I haven't survived far worse than you in the past? Do you really want to take this tactic with us right now? And I'm going to give him a big smile.
Is this an attempt at a persuasion to get Agdon to, not fight?
Will happily sing you more of my songs, my friend. But indeed, I am attempting to persuade him that we are not worth the trouble.
All right, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Ooh. 19 plus 5, 24. I got
Are
a
you
lot of
persuaded, Agdon, by this conversation with Flip?
I don't get a reaction roll, do I?
Yeah, you do get to roll back to see if you're persuaded.
When I left my home and my family, I was
Wait, you
no
said I
more
do?
than a boy.
You do, honey. Yes.
Wisdom?
Yes.
In the company of strangers,
7.
in the quiet of the railway station, running scared, lying low. Go ahead.
Talk to Flip. As Flip is successfully persuading you, let's hear this conversation as you sort of call combat down.
Well, you're very convincing and quite a beautiful voice too. And I'm thinking, we don't have to hurt anybody. I'm not here to kill you.
Nor are you. I'm here to talk to you, to meet you. Although I planned to arrive on my feet instead of on my back, but I'm flexible. It's a pleasure to meet you, Agdon, Prince of Thieves. You with the fast blue scarf.
Oh, I thank you. It truly is my best quality.
Quite so. So I hear you run these parts.
Why, yes, I'm the Prince of Brigands.
The Prince of Brigands.
Oh.
And yet, your brigands don't seem to be able to keep up the roads.
Do I see that they're dead?
Oh no, I don't mean they're not dead. Those ones, they're sleeping. We try not to kill unless we have to, though we are quite good at it when we have to. Survival, you can understand.
That I do.
Flip, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the rabbit.
What rabbit?
There's no rabbit here?
No. You guys see a rabbit?
Yes,
Yes.
Cece, we
Yeah.
Yes. It's got the ears. The one with the ears. Long ones.
And the really nice scarf.
And the weird brand thing.
Now, Agdon, I don't believe that this is a well-to-do place to foster a conversation. Is there anyone else that may suit our needs better?
Well, you see. Why don't I invite you up to the stump? We can, follow me. We can sit and
Sounds
have a-
lovely. We were heading there anyway, and I believe I owe you a song as well.
Now- Agdal, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you have my attention.
Yeah, do you like beer?
Not very much.
Really, I would have taken you for an IPA person because it's got hops.
Don't mind him. He finds himself a comedian at times.
So, Mr. Agdon, what exactly is it that you want for these lands? What are your goals? How can we form a mutual agreement that doesn't involve us killing all of you? Because honestly, that would hurt us, and it would just be a pain for you all, and they deserve better, and so do you.
Well, I do like the unusual. I'm not really here for gold or material wealth. I like the unique.
Happiness.
I wouldn't say happiness.
I mean,
What would
if
you
you're here
call
for
it then?
happiness, we should, fix the roads and bring more life to this land.
So you just want something you don't already have, correct?
Yes, no, maybe so.
I very calmly pull out the doll. Would you like a doll?
Oh my god.
And the
Can I-
doll just turns its head 360 to stare at you. It's staring deep in your soul.
Delia, go ahead and describe this doll for Agdon so that they know exactly what it is that they are looking at.
It is a porcelain doll, solid black eyes, deep blood red hair, a tattered dress, and there are like occasional cracks in the porcelain. This does not look like a friendly doll.
Can I roll like sense motive on this thing?
Can you roll what? I'm sorry?
Or insight, I guess.
To try to discern anything about this doll?
Yeah.
You can certainly roll insight against this doll.
$12?
As far as you can tell from the doll, it looks, however creepy it looks, it appears to be just a very creepy porcelain doll that Delia has some sort of unusual and natural attachment to.
That is quite an interesting little doll there. Is it valuable?
I think it is. I paid good money for her, and occasionally she talks back. And all these people saying that she's going to murder them in their sleep, of all things.
She really is.
She is
She
invisible
is
rabbit.
not going to murder you.
It just watches you all the time.
Creepy little eyes.
But if, since apparently it creeps people out, you could sit there and actually place her near one of your entrances where you think people would sneak in, and it might scare away any intruders.
And it sees everything. Its head rotates all the way around, and it sees all. It probably knows all.
Yep.
She knows a fair bit, but we don't need to talk
Yep.
about that.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what? Let's say we can walk away from this little matter, and I take the doll. Do we have a deal?
And we get.
I mean, what are your bigger goals? As a prince, you must have larger aspirations. But in terms of trading tit for tat, what would you give us for the doll? Or would you like something more before you think about a counteroffer?
You give me the doll, and I'm sure I have something around here that would interest you.
I believe we have heard that you are in possession of some useful tools, sir. Things that we could use to bring balance to a land that has come unbalanced.
Yes. Yes.
And if you are concerned about the doll not being adequate payment, I'm sure we can make arrangements to pay adequately. But as a prince of lands, don't you want better for your kind and the kind that they prey upon? Richer prey makes richer thieves.
You do have a point there, but what do I care about others?
If you care for others, there is more for them to give you or for you to get from them.
Is that not the primary purpose of royalty, Agdon? For
Did you
what
ignore
is
the
a
whole-
prince without his constituents? Regardless of whether or not you choose to take from them. Regardless of that.
You seem to have ignored the whole thievery thing.
Oh, but right.
And what good is that without anybody to steal from?
And if those you would steal from have nothing, we understand that you like to steal others' joy, but people out here are miserable. If they could be happy, there would be more to take. Joy is something when you give it away, you end up getting more.
I don't think I follow.
Oh, there's a song about it. You know, joy is something when you give it away, give it away, give it away. Joy is something when you give it away, you end up getting more.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody here seems either really depressed or really dead, and that doesn't seem very conducive to stealing joy.
Now, I will say you're a thief, and any good thief has to know some basic math. And I would ask you to consider the basic math here. There are 6 of us and 1 of you. All of your friends are neutralized, let's say. There's 6 of us and 1 of you, 6 to 1. That's a 6 to 1 ratio. I'm sure you've done the math in your head. You look around, you see the math. So, I think if you want something from us, we're happy to give it. You just have to give each of us something as well. So if you can come up with 6 things of equal value to our thing of equal value, that seems like we can part as friends and we can all be friends. If, however, you don't have something if you don't have 6 things of equal value, then we'd have to get less things of greater value. Let's say 2 things that are 3 times as valuable as the doll. Are you following me here, Agdon? Now see, the way I see it, that scarf of yours is valuable. I like this scarf. It's very compelling. It's striking on you. You strike a real figure with it. And that brand of yours, and I know you don't want to give that brand up, and I've seen what it can do, and I understand it. But is that brand worth your life? Is it worth your life? And that scarf, you could always find a scarf like that scarf. And you'd walk out of here today with your life, your limbs, and all of your skills. Now, you wouldn't walk away from here with all of your things, but you'd walk away with everything that matters. Your life, your limbs, and your skills. Now, to me, Agdon, looking at all the math from your perspective, I see 6 against 1. I think this is the right trade for you.
I'm going to fly up over Lever's shoulder and go, the man has a point. And furthermore than that, the man is leaving out one particular point, which is as long as you're living, you can also gain new skills. You seem
right.
someone who appreciates the way that music soothes a savage beast. And I am perfectly willing to give you the opportunity to pursue the kind of career that will indeed create joys and allow people to then give you their joy. And I'm going to pull out my lyre. This is strung with strings from a beast you'll never meet if you're lucky. But it plays a pretty tune. Would you like the chance to pursue another career?
No deal. The scarf stays.
That's more than fair. Just simply an ask, a negotiation at best.
Do you have anything that could help us in our quest to bring balance to this land?
The formerly 6 sleeping brigands are now awake. So you are just about evenly matched in number at this point.
Now, Agdon, I don't believe anything useful is going to come to fruition of a fight. I'm sure you can agree.
I wouldn't want to come to a fight. But you don't get the scarf.
We didn't say we wanted. Well, we mentioned the scarf as an option. Is there anything else that you could contribute to our cause, or shall we just go about our way and?
It's rather remarkable craftsmanship, and we were admiring it. Nothing more.
We're also very impressed with your ability to cause our friend here to not see you at all. That would be a very useful trick for some of the things we've got to do. But information is as valuable as any tool. And if you have nothing to contribute, we can be on our way, but we thought you might have something to offer, since everyone keeps talking about you around these parts. Oh, the big, bad Agdon.
I'm going to make eye contact kind of around with the brigands that are now awake and just kind of slowly walk off towards the throne and start just kind of digging and just throwing little trinkets around.
I'm going to put a hand on Henry. Wait for it. Stay ready, but don't jump the gun here.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. It's all good.
Lever, you doing okay?
Well, I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door, to be honest with you, but
Well,
I'll be okay.
take some deep breaths, bud. You'll be all right. Cast a quick healing word.
Agdon, what kind of trinkets do you got there, buddy?
I've got some interesting pieces of jewelry kind of laying around. Probably maybe some foods that I haven't seen before. Just kind of odd personal possessions.
Okay.
Can any of us detect magic?
Yeah, give me just 1 second. Let's investigate the kind of trinkets that are being thrown about here and find out if any of them are magical or not. Let's see here. Mhm. You maybe do find magic. I think you do feel magic. If you're casting a detect magic, you're feeling magic. Because there are a few items that radiate some semblance of some different sorts of as such.
Now, what do you have there, darling?
Let's see. We have here the first thing that you'll come across as Agdon is chucking these items is you come across a metal goblet. And this goblet, it has some magic radiating from it. And it has on the face of it what looks like a very chubby goblin. And it is not super ornately decorated at all. It's actually the quite opposite, a very plain, just has the face of the chubby goblin in it. No other etchings or markings or anything like that. So that's the item that you see, Mads, when you are asking what is being tossed.
Okay, interesting.
Does anything feel interesting to me?
You know, Flip, you find this in these things that you just see Agdon chucking at you. You find this ram's head, and it appears to be made of lead. It's very, very heavy. But in the center of the forehead of the ram is a blue gem that is in the shape of a water droplet.
This is interesting.
And this ram's head, in comparison to you, Flip, as you are a small size creature, is about as big as you are. You could stand on it comfortably if you wanted to.
Hey guys, look, it's like a mount. Seriously, guys, look at some of this stuff.
It is quite interesting, I will
kinds.
confirm.
Yeah. If you're willing to let me look it over, I can tell you what some of this does.
I'm absolutely willing to let you look it over, but I don't know what he's thinking.
Well, Your Highness, are you all right with me looking over some of this?
Sure. Just pick something to your liking, and maybe we can escort you on your way.
All right, it's going to be about 10 minutes. I do apologize. It's a new skill I picked up. Haven't really used it yet, so apologies. Delia's gonna kind of sit down and just kind of concentrate, humming to herself as she ritual casts Identify on this stuff. So
So the two. What were we gonna say? Go ahead.
That's gonna be about 10 minutes. So whatever you guys are doing in that time.
While Delia is casting that, I want to approach Agdon. So while you are rifting through all your possessions and your trinkets, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been living here for a little while. Suppose I just kind of wound up here and liked the place.
Interesting. And where are you originally from?
You know, just around. That's not really important, is it? We live in the now.
While I am inclined to agree, where we pay homage to at the end of the day is absolutely important.
I disagree.
Well, but the now comes from the then and leads to the what may be. We can't tell where we are if we don't know where we've been.
Why are you so interested?
Just curious.
Call it friendly curiosity.
Delia, you're able to discern after about 10 minutes of spending time investigating these objects that the ram's head is like a kind of magical boat sort of thing made for one small creature to float on. Even though it's made out of lead, it's surprisingly floatable. And the goblet is a goblet of anti-gluttony. And if it is filled too full, it will magically empty itself.
Okay.
Perfect for somebody who's a lightweight and can't really handle their liquor. Because if they add too much, then it just empties itself.
Ah, Cece.
Just kind of set things aside.
Huh?
If I may, do you know what your scarf does exactly? Because if not, I have no issue providing you with an answer. All in good faith, of course.
I mean, he did seem rather attached to it.
I think we should drop the point.
Well, where did you find it? If you don't want to tell us where you got it from, where you come from, or are you thinking more along the lines of, oh, was it a gift from your mother? I've heard that topsiders can be very attached to gifts from their mothers.
That's super true.
Sure, but we'll say that. It's very sentimental and very beautiful, and only a prince such as I should have something like this.
Very impressive. Whoever gave it to you must have loved you a lot. I really hope you're making them proud with all of your hard work out here.
I'm sure. I'd like to think so.
Now, what are your plans after we leave? Continue on with your thievery?
My brigands escort you out without a problem. You go on your merry way, and we're all happy.
You tell them not to attack us again? Remind
Sure.
them that we are a joyless bunch, not worth pestering?
I could find my prizes elsewhere.
That's wonderfully kind of you.
I look at the rest of the group and I say, I think I can live with that arrangement. But I don't know how they feel. He's agreed not to eat us, guys.
I think we should just take what we can get from the invisible rabbit for now, which is safety. Can we at least get a promise that if we come back, we're not going to get eaten, or is it kind of a no contact thing? I mean, I obviously can't see you anymore.
I think it's just best if we both moved on. I keep my things, you keep your lives.
If we find more information that's pertinent to you, how should we get you that information without returning here?
I have people.
People that you're going to be telling to avoid us, so where should we leave information if we find it so that your people can get it?
We could find Peter again. Didn't we?
We could try to find Peter, but Peter's off doing Petery things. Oh,
You could send a message or leave something, you know.
I can definitely send a message as long as you're nearby, but I have to know where you are. Regarding places we might go, before we leave, do you know where we could find Clapperclaw? We're new to the land, just trying to get to know folks. We heard so much about you, we just had to come and meet you. Clapperclaw's next on our list.
That is in Downfall. As for the message, may I see your hand?
You may see it.
Gonna grab it.
You may not touch it. I pull it away and go, you need to tell me what you're doing before you touch it.
So this is what I should have done the other day? This is it? Right here?
Kinda.
You kind of do need to ask questions, yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. Okay, look, if you want, you and I can sit down later and go over things you should know about the people here, okay?
Yeah,
I can't-
sounds great.
I
What-
can't hear you if we're not bonded.
I
You
see.
understand?
Is there a way to bond without my body being harmed?
I'm not going to hurt you. Just take my hand.
Fine, it can't hurt worse than a roper bite. Have you ever been bit by a roper? I don't think so.
This is
Trust
just the
me.
second time in 24 hours.
It can't hurt worse than a roper bite.
Flip, when you take the hand of Agdon you feel a little tingling, but in the palm of your hand, you see that same brand that Cece has, and it's those bunnies. And what this is this is a communication boon that if you need to talk to Agdon, you are able to do so via the message spell, but only because you are branded to do so. Should you remove this brand via any remove curse spell, you will no longer be able to communicate telepathically with Agdon. And so long as you have it, you should be able to do so, and they will respond to you as able. It is not a marriage contract to a ghost in the middle of a Feywild, but it is a message granting boon.
This seems reasonable to me. I have a feeling that over time, you and I may actually come to value our interactions greatly. But I will be taking the ram's head if that's okay with you. Did you want the lyre?
Could I still have the doll?
I have no problem with you taking the doll.
Take the doll.
By all means, it's actually preferred.
I still don't see why you guys are so upset with her. Really, I think you're hurting her feelings, if nothing else.
I take the doll, and my boys here will get you a skip to Downfall, and you'll find the soggy court there.
Agdon, before we go, I have a question. I can't see you, so I don't exactly know where you are. And she's like facing the opposite direction of where he is.
Turn around, dear. He's the other way.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I can't see you. How much do you know about the whole battle between rulers thing that's going on? Do you care about that? Or is it just kind of not on your radar?
It depends on if it interferes with my activities. Not a politician.
Interesting. Huh. So you don't know what's happening, nor do you care.
I'm actually gonna take like stand behind her and just kind of like move back and forth between her ears. Just don't know, don't care.
Turn around again. He's
No,
being a silly rabbit.
I'm not moving for this tiny, hoppity piece of fluff. Listen. I don't want to make an enemy out of you, especially if my patron is the one who is going to win this war. So if she does, and when she does, make sure you're on the right side. And she's just going to walk away.
Flip is going to look back and say, just because there was a lot going on, Clapperclaw, ever heard of him? We are going to try to find him next, and if you make it easy, it's easy. But thank you for the communication. We will let you know if we know anything that we think is relevant to you. And I'm sure your people can find us if you... But Clapperclaw?
So you will find him in Downfall. As the others will be escorting you there. We can probably give you some more information. As for myself, I'm going to stay here.
Of course. A prince should remain on his throne. And I will follow Delia.
I'm just going to sit down and kind of wave the other brigands that are still here.
Before she leaves, Mads turns and just kind of bows her head and says, "It's been a pleasure, Agdon. Thank you for your assistance."
Likewise.
Dia?
And for the record, you may call me Mads.
Yes, Delia?
Looking around, how difficult does it seem to be to sneak back into this place? Out of curiosity?
Given the brigands have the high ground advantage, Anakin, it's definitely probably going to be more difficult than normal. It could maybe stand to be a thing that you could do maybe in the future, but you're smart enough to assess that your current party tactics level is a little under bar for what you would need to launch a sneak attack into this place.
Mm-hmm. And given our level, we may not be able to really handle a fight right now either. Okay. I look around. I will wait until everyone backs away, and I'm gonna approach the throne and give a small bow. Thank you for your time. And I clap. I need a Constitution save.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Constitution save. Thunder wave.
And here we go.
15.
That's gonna make it so you're only gonna take half damage on this. Oh, God. Yay, poor decision making! Okay, you're gonna take 4 points of... 4 points of... what kind of thunder damage?
Mm-hmm.
And all unsecured objects have been pushed 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Poor decision making.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Hi, Jesus.
It's always a good
Yep.
sign when Jesus comes on camera.
Oh.
All right.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
And now I prepared to be
So-
cited for what I
We've
did.
been dancing with...
Shortly after, shortly seconds after Delia Thunderwaves, Agdon, who has been mostly peaceful with you, you hear a large whistling sound. And by a large whistling sound, I mean that all of the brigands and Agdon themselves together whistle in synchronicity at the same time. And as they do, you start to feel the ground around you moving and shaking. And your thunder wave was nothing. And when I tell you nothing in comparison to what you are currently feeling, I mean it from the deepest, darkest subcockles of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said,